mean, it sure looked like that, which not only young kids, but even kids my age too. I don't use Snapchat, but like Instagram, you follow people who you don't personally know. Not everybody, but some people do that. Whether it's an acquaintance, a friend by extension, somebody you've met once, there's a million different reasons where people are following people that they don't personally know. So in Lily's case, when she saw Maddie on this, she could have just thought, oh, this is a girl I met in passing. Maybe it was somebody from a different water polo team. Maybe it's somebody who's a friend of a friend. But then that suggested contact Paul came up and she's like, this makes no sense. So she confronted him at work, straight up asking why there was this account under his phone number with a girl's name on it. But he was ready and he had the excuses ready to go. First, he said that he had a stalker. He said that Maddie was a girl that he had been talking to in the past who was extremely insecure about Lily. So she created this account so that she could lurk on Lily's page to see what she looked like. That this really was Maddie. It wasn't Paul. It was this super stalker ex of his, which none of that made any sense. But Maddie was a real person. She later told people that she had no idea who Lily even was. So Paul was obviously lying, and Lily knew that. She knew that this was a fake story. But that was just the start. That same night, the night of their breakup, there was this huge 21st birthday party that a lot of their mutual friends were going to. Paul, unfortunately, was not invited. But Lily was, and she was very excited to go. And even though they had just ended things, Paul had already agreed to drive her and a friend of hers to this party. So he insisted, like, look, I know we're broken up. The plans don't need to change. I still will drive you guys. Have a great time. I don't want you to worry. However, from the moment that they got into the car, the energy was just off. He was irritated that Lily was going to this party. And as he dropped them off, he even had the audacity to tell Lily's friend, hey, don't let Lily talk to her ex-boyfriend who's going to be there. As though he has any say or any right to say that. Which, wrong girl to say that to. Lily's friend was not about to take orders from this guy. And you can't even say he's Lily's ex. They were never in a relationship. So they get dropped off at the party and they go inside. And after dropping them off, Paul went out with his friends to go grab some pizza. But they started noticing that his behavior was off. He barely spoke and he was just glued to his Snapchat the entire time. And here's where it gets pretty concerning. Snapchat also has this location sharing feature, which Instagram recently adopted, and I have to say it is, in my opinion, the most dangerous feature that any app can have. A lot of young people will leave it on without even knowing that it's on, or without even thinking twice about the fact that anybody on their friends list can see exactly where they're at in real time. Like I said, Instagram adopted it too, and it's like automatically, I believe, when they put it on the app, it was enabled. It wasn't like something you had to manually turn on, so you could go and your whole list of people who you're following, you could see exactly where they are in real time on a map. And this isn't like Find My Friends on the iPhone where you have to approve it, you have to share your location. It's just embedded in these apps and you have to manually turn it off. So there Paul was glued to Snapchat the entire time because Paul was watching constantly. This wasn't just a breakup. This wasn't just hurt feelings. It was the beginning of very dangerous behavior. And Lily, she had no idea that this was happening. No idea that he was watching her every move, tracking her, following her,